Let's just change that. With your boy Game Chop. Now, I wasn't even planning on reacting to this, honestly. I was just about to go to bed, and then suddenly I noticed a text from my cousin. Hey, PS5 Pro being announced today, which is my suspicion. I'm not planning on cutting this video down. I hope it's short. I don't see how it could be long. But I'm hoping we can just get right to the point and be done. But I thought, hey, you know what? Whatever. May as well react to it. Yours truly garbage. Yes, the PS5 Pro, an upgrade to a console with no games. Yep. Dude, I don't know if you saw, there was a big commotion because Sony basically tweeted out like how, I don't know, it was something really embarrassing where they messaged like, oh man, we don't have any iconic IPs or characters that we've cultivated over the years or something to that effect. And everyone just blasted them. Like, bro, you have like so many different like game franchises under your belt. You just refuse to do anything with them. Like, I don't know, man. I don't really have much respect for Sony as a company. Hey, Mystery. I mean, not that like Microsoft is any better. Microsoft sucks, dude. They've just been dropping the ball left and right, but they'll get that Call of Duty money, right? Anyways, yeah, I'm quite exhausted right now. I would love to, like, ideally, if I could stay up all day, I would just be grinding Space Marine. But, I'm tired enough, and I started working on some videos for while I'm away on my trip. So I got quite a few of them ready. Hopefully I can get some more done, but I don't know if I'll have time. Because I still gotta get a lot of things done, man. I'm leaving like 2 or 3 days. Oh my god. Best company is Grinding Gear Games. Is that Path of Exile 2 company? I assume. There's still a lot of banger companies out there for sure. It's just the big boy AAA ones are kind of eh. They always have problems, you know? Like, people dog on Ubisoft. I mean, I like generic grindy games. Which is why I like Space Marine so much. But the gameplay is so goddamn tight. There's not enough hours in the day, and there's not enough awake time for how much I want to play that game. The only disappointing thing is it's going to take so long for new content to come out. Also, for this video, who in the hell is Mark Cerny? Any PlayStation fanboys in here know who that is? Because I don't. But yeah, that'll be, I guess Path of Exile 2 and Assassin's Creed are gonna be the last, like, big games for the year. There's still some games coming out that I'm excited for, but I think those are probably the big ones. Oh, and Metal Bringer, for sure. I think that's supposed to be coming out in the winter. That's all they said, but it might get delayed. I know we started a little bit early, but I just couldn't sit and wait. Path of Exile 2, The early access till mid 2025 at least. But yes, what do you mean? That's still... the only difference is we're buying our way in, right? Because early access, we're gonna keep all of our progress. Also, hey Gina. Early access is basically a game releasing and then they can launch it so that they can just like release it again with more hype. Hey Mimo. Like Space Marine did with the advanced access. I think it was sitting at like 20K reviews. Let's see what it's sitting at now for the positive reviews, just because I'm curious. 32K, nice. So they already got like 12K reviews anyways. Their players are up like crazy. Path of Exile 2 gonna be paid early access. Oh, 100%. That's what early access means, right? Because otherwise, when the game launches in 2025, then it's free to play. But yeah, I forget if I mentioned Mystery. I did watch the, or no, we were DMing each other. Sorry, I'm tired. But yeah, they had a video where they showcased the boss design, and it's really inspiring and cool, actually. They just straight up made the bosses like Souls-like bosses. And it sounds like they have a really, really cool like feedback loop with their design team, where they basically tell their concept artists, yeah, go crazy, we'll figure it out after. So they make some true nightmare fuel stuff, and it just seems pretty cool. They're treating it like an old school open beta, so they're not gonna have all the content at launch. Oh, but they'll develop it into full release, but they need to hear player feedback first. Okay. Yeah, that's a smart way of doing it. So that's what early access was meant to be. All those years ago when Wally ruined it with Cube World and everyone realized that they could get money for a game that wasn't fully released. And not get refunds. All right, let's turn the music off because here we go. Boy, oh boy, are you guys excited for $1,000 console that barely is any stronger? My theory, I don't know if you guys have noticed, games on PS5 have been slowly getting like back down to 30 frames because it's like, oh, the graphics, oh, it's too intense. And it's like, bro, you're just not optimizing these games anymore because you're trying to sell your new console. I'm certain that's what they're doing. And they're gonna try and wet our whistle by finally showing like, oh, here's Bloodborne PS5, right, guys? Right? Mature. Is this Mark Cerny guy gonna swear?
I'm Mark Cerny. I'm excited to be here to talk about the newest addition to our console lineup, PlayStation 5 Pro, and how it advances gaming technology. But first, I want to take just a minute to look at what we put in the original PlayStation 5 and how it delivers an exceptional experience.
I called this like a year ago, bro.
When PS5 debuted in 2020, it brought a lot to the table. 8 Zen 2 CPU cores form the brains of PlayStation 5 and enable high-speed complex gameplay, with character counts reaching into the hundreds and frame rates that can be as high as 120 frames a second.
No, it couldn't.
PS5 has a powerful RDNA 2 GPU, which can render anything from intricate details to fantastic worlds with vast panorama.
That was just the Unreal Engine trailer.
Ray tracing allows for dramatic visual improvements, including reflections off of water or glass, and the realism that comes from real-time global illumination. A custom SSD can load data at breathtaking speed, resulting in ultra-fast transitions.
That's the only thing the PS5 had going for it, man. Shut up. Like, the loading times are insane.
So high that traversal speeds are essentially unlimited.
I mean, granted, they added loading screens lately.
3D audio tech brings an unparalleled sense of immersion to the sound of the games. With audio so real, you may not even need to see the enemies to know exactly where they are.
Force that up to 2K, because clearly it's not actually 2K. I love YouTube streams. Hello?
Exactly where they are.
Thank you.
Finally, the DualSense controller has haptics that let you feel through your hands what your character is experiencing.
Whoa,
inside
dude.
the game.
But it
It's
doesn't
wonderful
have
to see
Hall
such
effect
variety and richness
joysticks.
of game experiences. Creators have made amazing use of the hardware capabilities, but when I talk to them, I do hear about their desire for more graphics performance. The dreams of the developers are bigger than can be supported at 60 frames per second.
No, they're
and that
not.
leads to an aspect of modern gaming that we're all familiar with: graphics modes. It can be a difficult choice for players.
No, it isn't.
Fidelity modes emphasize the visuals, typically through higher resolution rendering. These modes might also
I want to see a
enhance
poll,
detail
like,
or use more ray tracing.
who the hell
The
takes
game's
fidelity
only running
mode?
at 30 frames per second.
Bro.
The visuals can be
Even my buddy Bobby, who's like a console, like, he loves console no matter what, right? When the PS5 was coming out, I kept telling him, like, bro, you're never going to be able to swap back to 30 frames. And he's like, nah, man, I'm used to it. It's fine. Now he's pissed when he plays anything that isn't 60 FPS.
choppier and the controls less responsive. Performance modes emphasize frame rate.
I want
and
steady
interactivity,
frame rate.
typically choosing to run at 60 frames per second.
I don't care about graphical fidelity. If it looks stylish, then it's
mainly by
fine.
reducing the graphical detail until those frame rates can be achieved. When asked to decide on a mode, players are choosing performance about 3/4 of the time. Removing that decision, or at least narrowing that divide, is one of the key targets for PlayStation 5 Pro. We want to give players the graphics that the game creators aspire to, at the high frame rates that players typically prefer. To do that, PS5 Pro substantially improves over PlayStation 5 in 3 ways.
Okay.
Here's what we call the Big 3. First, we made the GPU much larger and increased the speed of the memory.
So it's gonna catch fire
The result
faster?
is rendering that's up to 45% faster.
Like the other
Second,
Final
we made
Fantasy
major
11?
upgrades to the ray tracing, taking a streamlined and accelerated approach that allows calculation of the rays at double or even triple the speeds of PlayStation 5. And finally, we added custom hardware.
Why is he only coming out on my
and
left?
an AI library called PlayStation
He's so much
Spectral
louder.
Resolution, or PSSR for short.
Wait, AI.
PSSR analyzes
Oh.
the game images pixel by pixel and can add an extraordinary amount of detail.
So
which boosts
DLSS
the effective resolution of the game.
is coming to console,
Game
basically.
creators are adding PS5 Pro support to new and existing titles. And with the big 3 involved, the results can be pretty amazing. With graphics showing something like fidelity levels of detail, but at double the frame rate. Here's The Last of Us Part 2 running on PS5 Pro. It has huge amounts of detail and targets a super smooth 60 frames per second.
Gives a shit. I can play that right now.
Compare this to the fidelity mode on
No,
PS5,
compare it to
which is
the
only running at
performance
30
mode.
frames per second and is therefore much choppier.
Don't stop! We gotta lose.
No!
This goal of delivering almost fidelity-like graphics at
It looks the
performance frame rate
same, dude.
has been achieved for a broad set of titles, including Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart.
Look at how
You
they
can see
keep-
that PS5 Pro is close to doubling the power of PlayStation.
No, show it compared to performance mode because I bet you won't tell the
Another way to compare
difference.
Two consoles is to look at PS5 Pro versus performance mode on PS5, both of which
Yes.
target 60 frames.
Yes,
per
there we
second.
go.
What we see here is a difference in
Oh,
detail.
okay, yeah.
PS5 Pro is much sharper and crisper.
Yeah, look, guys, it looks completely different.
For
Whoa.
this, my favorite is the parade scene from Ratchet.
Yeah, look. Oh,
Distant
man.
Details are much clearer.
Whoa, dude. Yeah, that
Here,
flag
we
in
can
the
see
background?
Marvel's
Oh,
Spider-Man 2 is
fuck,
noticeably
bro.
higher resolution throughout the scene,
Dude.
including the trees and procedural cars.
Oh, the trees. That's what I look at in Spider-Man games.
So overall, some remarkable improvement to the games. On PS5 Pro, we can see increased sharpness to the graphics, or smoother and more
Oh my
responsive.
god, dude.
This is the big 3 showing their value.
I'm sold. The big
As you've been
3.
seeing, machine learning via the PSSR library is being used quite broadly to add pixel detail and boost frame rate.
Wow.
But there are as many approaches as there are game engines. The increase in raw GPU power is being especially effective for Horizon Forbidden West.
Oh,
Apart
bro.
from the detail boost, that extra graphics power is allowing for improvements to lighting and visual effects,
Whoa. I mean, it does look good, but the game already looked good.
as well as to the hair and the skin in cinematics.
Open up, guys. Jorv's orders.
Too bad the gameplay wasn't that good, but
Ray tracing is finding broad usage as well, particularly when the games are focused on higher frame rates. The faster hardware in PS5 Pro can make a real difference.
also I know mystery. I don't know
Allowing
anyone
Gran
who
Turismo
uses
7
ray
to add
tracing.
ray-traced reflections between the cars in gameplay.
Because ray tracing usually
while
looks like
continuing to
crap.
support their targeted 60
Because the devs don't know how to utilize it properly.
That boost in ray tracing is also delivering big wins for Hogwarts Legacy, allowing not only for better reflections and a greater variety of reflective surfaces, but also for further realism in the casting of shadows.
Whatever.
I hope you've enjoyed this run-through of the technology behind PlayStation 5 Pro. Simply put, it's the most powerful console we've ever built, and a worthy addition to the PS5 family.
Yeah, show us the price.
Let me wrap this up by giving you a quick look at a number of games running on the new console.
Yeah, I know. Like, show us gameplay, not cutscenes. Whoa, that's licensed. Nope. Like, exactly, dude. It's all been cinematics so far. Like, show me gameplay. Ew. Just no. I'm sorry. I just, no. Sorry for the garbage truck, but I mean, you know what? Perfect timing, because that's what this is. I mean, granted, like any of us that already own the console, why the hell would we upgrade, right? This is literally for people that are getting to the console way too late. But even so, it's just too expensive, man. Like, I'm saving my money for the new Nintendo console. Like, I'm going to do a hard pass on this because, I mean, at the end of the day, like, as much as it's a joke about, like, oh, PlayStation has no games, they really don't. You know, like, almost all of their great, like, iconic games are coming to PC now anyways. So it's like been no more apparent than ever how little there has been like to keep your attention, you know? Like for me, my PS5 just collects dust until there's an exclusive. And what's the most recent one? Astro Boy. I don't care if people say it's like, oh, game of the year already. It's just a platformer. You know, I'm not paying $100 for that. Yes, exactly, Jub Jub. See, she's way madder than me. She's swearing like so much. She's saying stuff that'll get me banned off YouTube. But show the price. Huh? Oh, $6.99. Why is it more expensive in euros? So that is, yeah, that's $1,000 to me. Fuck you, Sony.